in comparison. And even though Japan is one of the hardest working, most productive nations in the world, they have had 20 years of the Japan syndrome of recession, 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 because they just keep feeding this monster instead of flushing this stuff out. Number 3 is the balance of trade. I come from a manufacturing family, and what made America great is that we used to make things. We used to make things and sell things. And manufacturing was what made this country strong. Just 35 years ago, manufacturing represented 43% of the economy. Today, it is about 9% of the economy. Friends, if you have a hot dog stand and you don't sell as many hot dogs as you buy in product and rent, you go broke. For the last 25 years, we have had over $300 billion per year at the minimum of a negative trade balance, and it was up to $850 billion a year. This year, it's about $500 billion, which is about 3% of our economy, year in, year out, that's going right out. Number 4 is that the government of this country, the state and local governments, federal governments, in 1900, total represented about 4% of the GNP. 40 years ago, it was about 14%. Now, total government spending represents about 45% of the gross domestic product. This is way past the tipping point, and
government last month became the biggest hirer.
No question. Yeah.
It's now creating more jobs in private sector.
Not even close. And by definition, government is not productive. It is there supposedly to help the people. We are so far past the tipping point as far as the size of government. You know, we used to point our fingers at Sweden and talk about socialism and all that. Folks, it's right here. The monster has come here. And it's not socialism. It's fascism, because the large multinational corporations are working together with the government, and by definition, that is not socialism. That is fascism. Unemployment in this country, they say it's 10%. Baloney. It's closer to 16%, and we now have 39.5 million people in this country. And I just heard on Alex just a little bit ago, it's now over 40 million people. 40 million Americans are now on food stamps. That's 1 out of every 7.8 people. That's 1 out of 7.8 people. Friends, that's insane. You can't have that. 40 million people on food stamps, and there would be rioting on the streets, and they've turned over the benefit package. There's this period of time that you get food stamps, and then it's supposed to go away. They have turned this over not once or twice or 3 times, but 4 times. Obama knows that if he didn't keep turning this thing over and that the middle class of this country kept paying for it, there would be rioting in the streets.
Well, those are the new breadlines. Imagine 40 million people every day lining up at soup kitchens.
I watched the movie Gladiator the other day, and the old concept of bread and circus is so very real. The government is providing bread to the very poor and creating the golf channel and the basketball.
The Romans did that. They had the dole. Yeah, they handed free bread out.
Absolutely. And when it was a republic, they used to have about 10 or 12 events in the Coliseum per year, but when it became an empire, it got up to 175 events per year in the Coliseum, giving free bread away to keep the people's consciousness away from what is going on. And folks, I'll tell you what, that thing called the boob tube, the TV, it's a much bigger Coliseum than that thing in Rome. Bread and circus is a very, very...
Thousands of channels.
Thousands of channels. And finally, the basic thing is that we have what's called the Federal Reserve Banking Act. It is not federal. There's no reserves. Our founding fathers were so astute. They knew that we had to have a decentralized, publicly owned money system to keep a free nation. Our Federal Reserve, as I've said 50 times before, is not federal. There's no reserves. It's not a banking system. It's a private cartel controlled by European financiers, and the same thing for the whole world. The World Bank, the the IMF.
And boy, all those old timers that told us they were going to bankrupt the country by design and turn us over to a world government, and they all got put on lists and called names. Now it's on the news. We got to have a world government, and you're going to pay your taxes to us.
And so the economic tsunami is here. The water, as we're standing on this beach of our society, and the economy is the ocean, the economy has started pulling back further and further and further and further and further. Now, 15, 20 years ago, because we didn't have this information, because we didn't have the Alex Joneses shows to listen to, and the other shows, the David Icke's, myself, and many others, it was understandable that people did not know what was going on. Now, if you've got any sort of awareness or open-mindedness, you realize that what is happening right now is the water, the economic water, drawing back and getting ready to come rushing in on us and to create the chaos, the planned chaos of the destruction of the economy of not only the United States, but of the Western world. And this is a planned event. Now, we can sit here and argue about it, and we can sit here and scratch about it, or we can look for seashells, or we can do what smart people do. We can take off in the tsunami relief routes and get up on high ground and take care of ourselves, because the whole system of this nation, the economic, political, and cultural institutions of the United States of America are full of cancer. They're dying. They cannot be fixed.
And they plan for it to collapse into a mega tyranny, a tyranny the likes of which the planet's never seen. George Humphrey, stay there. We're going to come back, finish up with your information, then open up phones in the next hour. This information could not be more important. We'll talk about those tsunami routes.
Fatigue, headaches, allergies and asthma, chronic disease. Is your home making you sick? Here's a fact. Our indoor air quality is getting worse, and the causes include chemicals, toxic gases, dust, pollen, dander, and even chemtrail particulates. To rid your home of these contaminants, get the best priced air purifiers in the industry at airfiltersandpurifiers.com. Our air purifiers are specialized to fit your needs, from allergy sufferers to the sleep deprived to the chemically sensitive. And with no tax, free shipping, a 5-year warranty, and a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose, and healthy, purified, clean air to gain. Call us at 800-499-2418 or go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off when you use promo code GCN. Call 800-499-2418 or go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com, your trusted advisor for clean air.
They helped to create a new world order. We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Oh, my sinuses. They feel like they'll explode.
Sinus pressure, sinus headaches that keep you up at night. You've struggled for years. You've tried everything to get relief, but your sinus distress just keeps coming back and robbing you of the healthy life you deserve. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Statistics show that 37 million Americans suffer from sinus distress. Fact is, 67 products merely treat the symptoms and don't get to the cause of your sinus problem. Now there's a solution that's safe and doctor recommended. Sinofresh Homeopathic Antiseptic Nasal Spray. It's the only patent-protected nasal product that antiseptically eliminates the known causes of your sinusitis. No alcohol, no rebound congestion, no drug interactions, and easy to use. Don't go another day just treating symptoms. Take control of your sinus health now and get Sinofresh Homeopathic Antiseptic Nasal Spray and get the relief you deserve. Go to buysinofresh.com. That's B-U-Y, Sinofresh.com. Or call 888-906-3636. Breathe easy. Breathe free. Get Sinofresh today. It works.
riders on the storm.
We have a decision to make as a society, as a species, the human race. The global controllers are going to try to play us off against each other. Race, religion, they're going to try to start new wars. I believe they're going to try to launch a new war against Iran in the midst of this global meltdown to get political support at home. That as people, shift into this primitive mode of rallying around, the chief. But I do see the system complaining. Obama and others are saying, Cass Sunstein's complaining, oh my God, none of them listen to us anymore. The new Supreme Court nominee is anti-free speech, anti-Second Amendment. So they're definitely trying to come in with a tyranny. But I think all this bluster and this attempt to race us to the finish line is because they understand their time is running out.